Perfect timing. Uh, perfect timing. All right. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're live from the apocalypse. If you haven't caught us before, we're a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts in order to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations. And we're currently raising money for Medical Aid for Palestinians. Our fundraiser counter kind of reset, which is unfortunate, but it's we deactivated it so that we could turn on the fundraising for the Dots RPG project that we've been doing on Friday nights, and then turned it back on, and then turned it off again, and then it wouldn't let us turn it back on. So we were just about within the $500 finisher of our goal. So we have a new one for $500. And we just asked that if you like what you see here, instead of doing the normal Twitch things of subscribing or giving us bits or really doing any kind of Amazon currency things, you instead take whatever you can spare. There is no expectation, and just give it directly to Medical Aid for Palestinians instead of to us, because we just do silly games on the internet like this one, and they will do very good and important things with your money. So yeah, if you are gonna give, if you are gonna contribute money at all tonight, please let it be for them. We are playing Sayer House 6, and we'll get to that in just a second. What am I? Oh, yeah, okay. So, like, we can't stop you from subscribing. It's not a thing that we can turn off. Twitch does not give us the option, but instead we have hidden the subscribe button and replaced it with a donate button, which you can click to give money. If you seek the subscribe button, you may locate it, and we can't stop you from doing it. But just be aware that if you do so, beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. If you've been here since the beginning of the stream, you may have seen that somebody, some awful person, re-subbed with a Prime sub for 42 months. And that's awful. They should feel really bad, whoever did that. It's me. And as always, we will, Brendan Lee Mulligan, if you're watching this stream, we'll stop doing the joke when you acknowledge us. And with all of that being said and all of that being out of the way, we are going to get right into our game, our Monster of the Week game, Sayer House 6, which is a game about a group of foster siblings who all spend some time together in an awful haunted house that now 10 years later, they find themselves back in. You may notice that despite the fact that this is the Sayer House 6, we have 4 players here. One person could not make it, and another is dead. 6th kid is dead. Maybe. Who knows? He's still kind of around. So.
Dead question mark?
Yeah.
Unclear.
Yeah. Unclear.
Inconclusive.
TBD. To be determined.
No.
Hey.
No? Is that anything?
No.
That's nothing? Okay. All right. Well, with all of those things out of the way, I think we can probably dive back into our story. Just to wind things back a tiny little bit. You all were investigating the house, and a lot of fucked up things have happened since you have been back in the house in Sayer, Massachusetts. But
You don't say.
notably, you kind of started to see and experience some familiar things. You went up to the 3rd floor of the house to investigate and look for Jack, who has been missing for a little while now. And in the process, you stumbled across your old rooms, and also passed by the room of your foster parents, Kane and Cora Rowe. When you heard Cora's voice from inside the room and started speaking to you and telling you that you should come in, that you should enter the room, you kind of peered beyond and discovered that it was in shambles. There were clothes scattered everywhere. The mattresses were torn up. The pillows were ripped up. And there was a creature of some kind lurking in the corner, which was unfortunately something that you remember from your childhood. You also got the vaguest impression that this thing that you were seeing, Damon specifically got the impression that this thing that you were seeing and experiencing might not have actually been Cora, might have just been posing as her. And when we left off, a gnarled, long-fingered, clawed hand had punched its way through the door of the room, splintering the boards, and grabbed onto your wrist as the voice of your quote-unquote foster mother said, "Come in, children." What do you do?
As she reaches out to grab me, I shoot her.
Okay. Yeah.
I take my gun. I take my gun that's tucked underneath my other arm, and I shoot her.
I think that is a reasonable response. You're going to roll with tough to kick some ass.
Amazing. Oh, where's my d6? Here they are. Roll plus tough. My tough is 0. Is there anything I can do to make this a different thing? No,
You
there's
can
not.
spend luck.
Well, we'll see how it goes. So that's a 6. That's a 6. Hey, we don't live forever. I'm gonna spend some luck.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that becomes a 12. Which is rad as hell. So you're going to exchange harm with your enemy, and you're going to choose one extra effect. You can gain the advantage and take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You can inflict more harm, you can suffer less harm, or you can force them where you want them.
Let's see. So I can choose one of those.
Yes.
I'm going to say inflict terrible harm. Yeah, let's go with inflict terrible harm.
Okay, I love that. All right. So, yeah, you're going to pull out the gun, and you're going to
Yes.
shoot with it. Can you remind me what type of gun it is?
I have an assault rifle, which does
Okay.
3 harm, so 4 with the incredible harm.
Right. Okay, cool. So then, yeah, you, this gnarled old hand reaches for you, and you open up with the assault rifle. You take a step back out of this thing's reach, and then you just start firing and firing. And yeah, you inflict a bunch of harm on it, presumably, although it's hard to tell through the other side of the door. But the door is now sort of riddled with holes.
Got it.
And it sounds quiet on the other side. And because you didn't choose to suffer less harm or defend yourself, you kind of lean in to try to hear if there is still some movement or something happening on the other side of the room, on the other side of the door, because it is dead quiet, and it is just quiet for all of you for a second. And then as you lean in to try to listen or peer through one of the holes, the door just what remains of the door just sort of erupts into a shower of splinters and shards as this creature, this sort of long-limbed, gnarled creature that vaguely resembles a twisted version of Cora Rowe. She was a very sort of classically beautiful woman, very dark hair, pale complexion, and all of that is still reflected in this creature, except obviously the face is just sort of this twisted mass of pain and horror. Mouth is too big, teeth are too sharp, the eyes are sunken into the sockets, the limbs are too long. She was kind of a slender woman, but this thing looks emaciated, and it's just sort of wearing this familiar looking nightgown. And the door's going to erupt outward, and these two strong, long-fingered hands are going to grab you, Damon, and pull you into the room. And I think just from the door exploding outwards, you are going to take 2 harm.
Wonderful.
Actually, we'll call that 1 harm. And
1 harm? Okay.
Yeah, and if you have armor, that's going to apply.
I do have 1 armor. I have
Cool.
the flak vest, so that's just...
Yeah.
It just takes 1 of that.
So you do take some like superficial damage. You get some like scrapes and cuts on your face that you all probably do, but you don't actually take any damage from that. But you are pulled into the decimated remains of this room, and the rest of you also see this happen. You see this creature grab Damon, pull him into the room, and then just sort of like push him down to the ground and like straddle him, but in a way where the intent is clearly to kill him.
Ah!
Well, don't like that.
I'm trying to, I think, like trying to like get my gun out, but like the way she's pinned me down is like preventing me from moving my arms.
I should also say that she also is covered in bullet holes. She has also been shot many times.
So guns work.
Guns work.
Guns work. Good to know. Good to know. Can I? Hey, real quick, can I like read a bad situation?
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Could I maybe just
go ahead and roll that? I believe it's with sharp.
Yes. Okay, so that's double sixes for so 12, 14.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, what's the best way to protect the victim is like a big number one. I got for you.
Okay.
Followed by I don't think what's the biggest threat is needed here, but I do think what's most vulnerable to me is. So can I get those two, please?
Yeah, I think that the best way to what's the best way to protect the victims? I think if Damon is the victim in this case, I think the best way you could protect Damon would be to get her off of him, get her attention, and I think you would know. I'll say that you can see that like there is a larger concentration of those bullet holes that have almost like ripped through. We'll say maybe where like a spleen might be or something like that. Basically, there's just kind of an open wound on her side, and if you were to like kick it or shove something in there or something to cause her a lot of pain, you would probably pull her attention away.
Okay. And then I think the last one, as Eve like kind of like steps into the threshold, into the doorway of the room, what is are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Great question. Not in this room.
Okay, cool. If there's nothing I haven't noticed, then I'm gonna like Eve like pivots kind of on her feet so that she's like sideways in the door so that like there's a path for people to get past her, and looking at Jay and pointing, because do you still have your weapon out or did you put that away?
I still have it out.
Cool. So it's got a nice sharp curved end that could be perfect for like stabbing into like a spleen of a creature. And I think I'm gonna pivot and I'm gonna point it out right to you and be like, it's got a sensitive spot. And like Eve is just kind of pale right now.
Can I kick its ass? Can I?
Yeah, you can absolutely. I don't know if I would call it a sensitive spot. It is an open wound, but I guess technically that is a sensitive spot. So
can I stick the end of my stick into its
just
open
stick
wound?
it in there and just wiggle it real quick?
You sure can try. Roll with tough.
Poke it.
And
how many dice do I roll? I don't remember.
Just 2d6.
Okay. 6, 7, 8 plus 2, so 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you get to pick one extra thing. You can basically give somebody else a +1 or take a +1 moving forward yourself. You can do more harm. You can protect yourself and take less harm, or you can force it where you want to, which kind of sounds like what you want in this situation, because where you want it is off of Damon.
Yeah, I agree. I wanna do that.
Okay, cool. So then your weapon does 3 harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so. do you have the devastating move? As the chosen?
No,
okay.
I have dutiful as a chosen.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's gonna take 3 harm from your weapon. Now, however, you do force it where you want it. So you shove the pointy end of your weapon into this wound that it has.
Yeah, I do.
It is going and it's going to throw its head back and just like wail this unearthly, awful wail that just grates on your ears, all of you collectively, in a really unpleasant way.
Sorry.
You have the realization, Jay, because I think you do fight monsters so often, that this thing is tougher than it looks, and that maybe your attacks are not doing as much harm as they should be doing. But you do attack it, and it does like throw itself off of Damon. It rolls a couple times, and then it sort of comes up into this like very unpleasant, almost like a spider-like stance, where it's like legs and arms are spread wide. I think the you hear like a sharp crack as the leg joints bend in a way that human legs are definitely not supposed to, and it looks even more spider-like, as now its body is just sort of like low slung between these two sets of awful limbs. And her hair flies forward and it's kind of like hanging in her face. At any second, you get the impression that she could scuttle towards any one of you, or leap at any one of you and attack you. But as of right now, she is just kind of warily regarding you and your weapon, Jay. And I think as she does that, she says, through that sort of curtain of her own hair, children who misbehave must be punished.
I never really liked you anyway. I think that Jay would like, can I swing at her?
Yeah, absolutely. You can attack her again.
Because I like just don't like her anyway.
Absolutely, you don't like her.
I think it would be like oh shit, you know when Buffy realizes that the roommate is a demon, and like no. That's what Jay's going through right now. Like, aha, knew it. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna swing again.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of like raise the weapon and like rush at her, and roll the same roll. So 2d6 plus your tough.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 again. Okay, cool. All right, so that is
this time.
Okay, all right. So that is going to be another. Let's give you another 10. Same question. Do you want to inflict additional harm, protect yourself, or give someone else a bonus, or give yourself a bonus moving forward, or
I'm gonna give Val a bonus.
Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. So you rush at her, and it kind of like leaps at you with that unnatural limb stance thing. She jumps at you again in the way that like a jumping spider might. And you kind of like collide with each other, and I think it takes a second for any of the rest of you to really like see what is happening, because like for a split second they're just like holding still, and I think you see that she is just sort of like hanging there. This Cora facsimile monster is just sort of hanging there in the air, kind of like suspended on Jay's weapon, like on the blade of Jay's weapon. The long limbs are kind of like wrapped around Jay, and as they fall limp, her long nail claws like slide out of the wounds that she punctured Jay's back with. So Jay, you felt this sharp pain in your back as this creature leapt on you. You intercepted with your weapon, and it looks like she's dead. She's just sort of hanging there limply on the end of your weapon, but as she leapt on you, she did dig her claws into like your back, as she was trying to like envelope you and take you down to the ground. So you are going to take 2 harm from that.
Okay.
But when you like tilt your weapon and she like slides off the blade, she just sort of lays there unmoving.
So does that mean I'm unstable if I'm at 4 harm now?
Probably.
Because wasn't I at 2 before?
I believe you were, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So if you're at 4, you are now unstable.
Awesome. Love that for me. Great.
dangerous. It's a dangerous place. It's a dangerous house.
No. That's not good.
I mean,
What could go wrong?
it's okay.
After this, we'll just go to our rooms and take a nap. We haven't been there yet. I'm sure nothing will be wrong with our rooms.
What could be
Now,
wrong
I
with
will-
our rooms?
I will remind everybody that you can spend a point of luck to avoid all harm from an injury.
Cool. I forgot about that.
But if you use
Completely
all
also
of them,
forgot about
you
that.
die.
But if you use all of your luck, yes. And this is session 3 of we have potentially 7 more of these sessions.
How much luck should we have? I did not write that down.
The full track?
Yeah. It's you have basically you mark 1 on that track, and when you've marked all of them, so it should be 8 in total or 7. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
7.
You're right.
I play a lot of Monster of the Week, but I play a lot of one shots, and they usually have the little one shot rules where you have you got 2. It's like, all right, cool. So I forget.
No,
that
for this you have the full track, but we also have 7-ish more episodes of this to go. So just be mindful of that.
Unless you want to go out in a blaze of glory.
Cool.
I mean,
so I don't trust that's dead. So I think Eve's gonna sidle up to Val and be like,
Do you want to poke it with a stick?
no, I was gonna ask Val sorry, not Val. I keep doing that because I keep reading the thing here. Gonna sidle up to Nayeli and be like, can you hear if the heart is still?
can I feel like I probably could, being a little vampire thing. Could I roll?
Yeah, you have the vampire senses. So yeah, I think that might be another read a bad situation roll, to be honest with you.
Which is, what do I have to roll for that again?
That's with sharp.
No.
Well, you get the +1 forward from.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. Jay did give you +1.
Means that I have a -1 sharp. Nayeli, not the sharpest tool in the shed.
So fair.
But that is a 6 and a 2. That's an 8, right?
Yeah, that's an 8.
Gosh,
so
my brain is not doing math. Please forgive me.
You're so fine. So you get to ask one question.
Which one of these would be the best way to go? Is heart still beating?
Probably what's the biggest threat?
Or can I do what's most vulnerable to me? Because as a little vampire, I could be like...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're used to that kind of thing. Yeah. I would say... well, I mean, I'll say this. If that's the question you want to go with, which I think is very fun. There is adrenaline pumping through your veins. Damon is bleeding. Jay is bleeding. So what's most vulnerable to you is your siblings.
But do I hear the other heartbeat in there?
No, the monster on the ground is not vulnerable to you because it is dead. But all of your foster siblings are.
Okay, so it's like truly dead.
That's what it sounds like. Or that's what it both smells and sounds like.
Okay, so Nayeli is gonna kind of look at the blood kind of pooling on the floor from their siblings and just be like, as far as I can tell, this monster is dead, but I'm going to need y'all to stop bleeding soon. Unless you want me to help you bleed more.
I think as I'm like making myself like way off the ground, seeing that Jay has been is looking a little fucked up at the moment. I'm like immediately in like big brother mode, like running over to like, Jay, are you good? And like trying to like examine the wound to see if.
And I am so annoyed. Like with you right now. Oh my god. Now is not the time. I am fine. What are you doing?
No, you are not fine. You are you're bleeding. You're fucking bleeding.
It's fine. Okay, fine. Will it get you off my back? Look at it. And Jay just like pulls up the back of their shirt.
How's it looking?
I mean, Jay's unstable. So between the tentacle fight and between well, actually I think you took damage mostly from, no, it was the tentacles. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So between the tentacles and between this monster, Jay's unstable. So those injuries on top of each other, you know that you can see that Jay is in rough shape. Should probably go to a hospital, but not like on the verge of dying.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I'm
God.
fine.
No, you're not fine. You're doing pretty bad, Jay. Fuck.
Doing really badly. I can tell from your heartbeat. And Niley's just like trying not to look at it.
I can do something about it.
What?
I can do something about it. I can do maybe a little something about it.
I mean, anything you could do would probably be great because she's not doing good right now. So anything.
Do you want to use magic?
Yeah, I think Eve's gonna sidle on in. She's like very cautious coming into the room, like giving the body a wide berth, obviously. And she's gonna sidle up to look at the wounds. And yeah, she's gonna just like gently try to like touch around one of the gouges. And then she's gonna like try to like push the skin together and just kind of like try to seal it, like as she like runs her hand like up Jay's back. If
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, let's see if you can. Roll with weird.
Here's +1. 7. So I do have to have a glitch.
Okay. The effect is
Um,
weakened. The effect is of short duration. You take 1 harm. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
I think I'll take, because I can only heal 1 harm.
Yeah.
So I think I'll take 1 harm in
Okay.
exchange.
All right. Okay, cool. Now, yeah, as the searcher, I guess my question would be, is this like a literal deal that you are striking? And if it is, what does that seem like to the rest of the group?
I think what it like seems like to the others is like whatever Eve is doing, when Eve is doing things in general with magic, she hears those bells. When Eve's doing almost anything, she hears the variation of the bells. And I think when Eve is doing this, when she's like physically interacting with Jay and doing this magic, and I think all of you can hear this, like probably starts as like it gets louder the higher my hand goes up over the puncture marks. Like it starts off really soft at the first one, and then as my hand goes up and like the wound like seals up on Jay's back and opens up on my own, I think it probably gets louder and louder, and it probably feels really disgruntled. Because there's a whole thing that I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not supposed to be getting hurt. And I'm doing it on purpose. And the guardian I have is probably not pleased that I'm doing this. And so you are all hearing about it, but I don't think any of you can understand what it's saying, because it just sounds like bells.
And remind me, which one of the looks did you pick?
The look, it was disguised as a person, because as we got older, people like thought it was just a weird neighbor kid. Because when I was really young, it was just my imaginary friend, and then as I got older, it was the weird kid in the neighborhood. But it's always actually just been this figure.
So then I'll leave it up to you, Julia. But I guess my question would be: is there suddenly another person in the room with you all?
I don't think yet. I think because this is the first time I'm doing like. I think it's getting there. If I keep fucking around, they probably are going to show up.
You did already do magic downstairs. This is not the first time.
It's not the first time I did No, but the magic I did downstairs is the magic that we usually do together when we go to a fucked up house. This is very specifically something I don't normally do because I am normally by myself.
Right.
I'm not usually healing anyone. But me going to a place and barring it from a creature or an entity is literally like what Eve does.
So Jay, you feel immediate relief as you heal one harm, which takes you out of unstable, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
You feel much, much better. You feel those puncture wounds like are already gone, like they've just disappeared off of your body. Nayeli, the smell of blood suddenly shifts from Jay to Eve.
Yeah, I don't think that's better. Well, I'm happy your back is less, but your back is now. I think what they're gonna do is they literally are just kind of looking at this weird figure on the floor, just like if I focus on this thing being dead, if it moves, I will focus on attacking it, and if I don't think about all the blood around me, it'll be fine. They're just like poking it practically.
As you are crouched down and just sort of poking at the body, you suddenly hear a voice from your right, we'll say, and Carter is crouched down next to you. He says, "This happened before."
Is that it? When did you get back?
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. What did you mean? When has this happened before?
When we were kids. You don't remember the room and the monster? We were running. We were trying to get out of the house. We were trying to find like a place to go, and we went to find Cora because she was nice, and then instead she was this thing. Well, we didn't kill it, I don't think, but it was here. Why would it still be here?
Does Nayeli remember this? Like, is this something that they recall, or is it? Okay.
Yeah, you all remember this. That was what drew your attention to it in the first place, was when you were walking past the door and you heard the voice from inside that was eerily identical. The sky outside also changed to match the way that it looked the night that the house burned down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we didn't kill her when we were children, then she's just always been here, probably.
Or is the house replaying the last day again?
I don't remember the wallpaper from the last day.
I don't think I got tentacled.
Yeah, but you also didn't cut into the wall with your claws.
True. That was a very spiteful thing that I did currently.
Which maybe means we can change it.
I hope
Maybe
it doesn't mean we're gonna run into more tentacles.
Well, we shouldn't. I barred the house from them, so we
The
shouldn't.
whole house.
Can I investigate a mystery?
Yeah, please.
Cool. Plus sharp.
Let's
plus
another
1.
sharp roll. Yep.
4 plus 3 is 7 plus 1 is 8.
One question.
What is being concealed here? And I think specifically in that direction of the question of like, is this trying to replay some aspect of our lives we've already lived through?
It feels to you less like time has reversed or anything like that.
Right.
And it feels more like the situation is the same.
Right. Like the same, whatever happened last time is happening again.
Correct. Whatever didn't happen that was trying to happen because the house burned down.
Mm-hmm.
It's now happening again. Not in a way where like you have traveled through time, but where the conditions are identical.
Got it. I mean, in that case, So yeah, I say that to everyone. I think whatever happened last time it's happening again, which means we do know how to stop it.
But did we
Carter.
really? I was gonna say, but did we really stop it if it's happening again, or did we just delay it? I mean, it didn't work. It didn't stick. Is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Because you didn't kill it, you just burned the house down. Or we didn't really kill it, we just burned the house down.
Yes, we can't burn it down again. It would just get stuck in one of us again.
I turn to look at the bullet-riddled body of our mother, and then back to everyone and says, "We might be able to kill it this time."
Not children.
It's a very 80s action movie of you. I respect it.
Jack was missing then, too. Back then, he went missing, remember?
Do you see anything happy ever? Is there any, like, is it possible for you to, like, just tell me a joke?
He, like, kind of, like, looks at you with this just sort of, like, slack-jawed, like, eyes narrowed expression, like you're really asking me that question, and then in just a complete deadpan, he says, Jay, I killed myself in the asylum where I spent, like, the last 5 years of my life. But
All right, you know what? We'll work on that. That's okay. It's a good try, though. Thank you. I appreciate the attempt for my sake. I just feel like you're just very sad, bro. And, like, this is, like, your second time, you know? You could, like...
Jay.
What?
Jay, I don't think right now's the time for this conversation.
Okay.
Naomi's like laughing. They're a little unhinged because they're still smelling blood, and their dead brother that they saw poof very creepily is now back, just casually making bad jokes, and they just think this is fucking hilarious.
I don't think he made a joke.
Yeah, no, he wasn't making a joke. He was just telling us.
Naomi doesn't have a sharp to recognize that. Okay.
Even Damon are just like looking at each other from across the room, just like
we need to fix the vibe so quick.
I need both of you to stop bleeding.
I'm gonna go to my room. I had bandages in the backpack with my roller skates. I have bandages that will stop bleeding, right?
But should we go alone anywhere in this house?
You can see my room. You can see my room right there. It's over there. You can see the door.
It's true, it is.
If that door shuts behind you, I'm just yelling at you and leaving.
If the door shuts behind me, I'll climb out the window. I've done it before.
That's not how cursed that fine, yeah. Okay.
But that's how you think I used to get. How did you think I used to get out of the house before? You think I went down the fucking stairs? Are you out of your mind?
Can you not just? Oh, yeah.
I just went out the fucking window.
Nellie's like, can you not just jump? All right.
I could, but no.
Okay. Stop bleeding. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my bandages. I'm gonna maybe I'm gonna change my shirt. I'm sure everything's fucking where I left it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, Nayeli, maybe take just walk down the hall, just like a little bit, get some not fresh air, but
this is nothing fresh in this house.
Yeah.
No,
not bloody air. Get some not bloody air.
I can smell you from the hall.
Well,
that's a weird sentence, but
all right, who's bleeding?
I think all of
us, all of you.
We're all bleeding.
Except for Nayeli, who healed herself.
Yeah.
She was bleeding. She's not anymore.
They're fine now.
So what if you stay here, the three of us go to Eve's room?
Okay.
That's fine.
You
I
can
think-
stay here
yeah.
with Sad Boy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe, while you're here, if I know, you've been doing the hunting thing, and
How do you know that?
maybe we know. But maybe you can see if you can identify what kind of thing this, again pointing at the body of our mother.
You want me to be sharp? Yeah, I can try that.
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know how your thing works.
Don't eat her.
I was literally just about to be like, can I?
Don't.
Oh, fine.
I mean, I don't really care. You can eat it if you want.
Yeah, I kind of just like under my breath, like, if that's what works, that's what works.
Yeah, like, if
however-
that gets
whatever
you-
I mean, we
do.
could test it. I
Harm
don't think it
reduction.
would.
Just eat the
Whatever you
thing.
need.
I don't care.
You're
If
gonna get
only,
all still
only if it
bleeding out.
actually does. Okay,
You're gonna
yeah.
get
You know what? We're gonna go
botulism.
now.
You're gonna get prions. You're gonna get. Oh my.
Can I die from that though?
You get botulism?
You're not.
Well,
You're still kind of human. Something's gonna happen.
that's a good point. Okay. Yeah.
Don't eat it. Don't.
Vampires get prion disease.
Yes, that's the whole. Technically, that's the whole point of that one fucking Del Toro vampire thing. Is because the vampires start eating the other vampires and they start getting
Yeah.
mad cow disease.
Uh,
That's right.
Fascinating.
love Del Toro. Anyway.
Anyway,
Man dares to
Yeah.
ask the question, can vampires get prions?
the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
All right, let's go stop bleeding.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, cool. So Carter is standing over Cora's monster body, just sort of like staring down at her, almost like he's in a trance, which he's been doing a lot of since you got back into the house and doesn't seem out of the ordinary. Eve, you are going to your room. Damon and Jay, are you trying to follow Eve?
I think so, because
Okay.
I mean, if that's where the stuff to bandage.
I don't
us
want
up-
Eve to go alone.
Okay.
And I don't want, to be eaten. So
Right. Right.
I
Um,
hope. That's fine.
So you all go to follow Eve. Eve, you walk across the hall to your room. Is there anything on the door of Eve's room? Was it decorated in any way?
I don't think. I don't think there was anything on the outside of it.
I think at the
Um,
very least, you all had like a little wooden thing with your names on them that they put out, the rose put on your doors to make you feel like welcome when you
That
first
would make sense. Yeah.
moved there. But there doesn't have to be anything else. It would just be a little thing that says Evelyn.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely says Evelyn, not Eve.
It does.
definitely
It
says-
absolutely says Evelyn.
Yeah. So
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you open the door and you step in. Damon, you are right behind Eve. Except that the door slams shut with a snap
Damn it.
the second after Eve sets foot inside.
What did I say?
vindication. Ellie.
However, inside the room, Eve, you turn around, you look around, you see your childhood bedroom in Sayre, in this house. Looks exactly like it did the day that it burned down. All of your stuff is still there as far as you can tell. The decorations all look the same. If you have any thoughts about like what might be on the walls, what might be in the room, any details that you want to give, feel free. But
I do. I actually wrote out what this looked like, and then you sprung the question about what my AIM username was, and I was like, I ain't got shit about that, but I can tell you everything about this room. So Eve's room is like towards like the back of the house, and it's longer than it is wide. There's no closet, which was fine. When Eve showed up when she was 11, she was still afraid of things that lived in closets, so like cool, no worries. It's like a hardwood floor that there's like a old like green shag rug thrown over to try to keep the floor warm and deal with like the splinters, and it's like a robin egg blue. And then she's got like a sun catcher that's like made of broken glass that one of you guys made for her. She doesn't remember which one of you did, but one of you did. And it's like old wooden furniture that was definitely like belonged to the Rose before she got there, maybe from one of their childhoods. And it's just cluttered. Like the surfaces of her desk is not visible because it's covered in like books and maps and like drawings, and there's just like a lot of rocks all over the place. She's got a fucked up brick on the floor that she was using for like a doorstop that she like brought into the house to like keep the door propped open. And there's an old quilt that like a previous foster mother had made for her, and then on the back of the door would be the backpack that has like her like outdoor stuff, or like her skating and her hiking and all that other stuff. And so her first aid kit would be in there, but also in there is probably like her like tape recorder where she had like her audio diary, and she finds that and she's like, oh fuck no, this shoink.
Well, actually, as you turn around, standing between you and the door and your backpack, vis-a-vis, is a being, question mark, that you recognize. Tell me a little bit about your guardian.
So they are oh dear. They are a fey creature, and so they've got that kind of like ethereal like oddness to them. But they appear very young. They appear to be of the same age as Eve, and the trick of it is they are the same age as Eve. They're not actually like some older fey creature that's been like around for a while and is appearing younger. They are of the same age, and they've got kind of like they tend to always kind of look like the times, if that makes sense. They look like kind of what you would stereotypically think of a teenager from this point, and that's kind of how they always present themselves. But there's just that like that hint of oddness to them. They've got like dark hair and like sharp features, but they're like a little bit too sharp. Like there's kind of that like unnatural sunkenness to it that's more like a half step towards creature. Like they've got their eyes are like, they look like regular people eyes, except like the corneas and the pupils are all just like a hair too big. It's like a little bit like that cat eye feature where they're just like a little bit too big. Less whites of their eyes than there should be, type of thing. And they're tall. They've got that like stretched out tall look. Not unsimilar to Mom, but less scary.
For sure. Definitely less scary. And yeah, this like teenager, this sort of perpetual tall teenager wearing like an oversized flannel shirt and like a Pearl Jam shirt that's like faded from being washed too many times. Just standing there in front of you, hands disapprovingly on hips like you're about to get a talking to. Says, what do you think you're doing?
Getting the first aid kit.
For yourself?
And Damon, he's got like a in him.
For the wounds that you took into your body?
Yes, and also Damon's. I didn't take Damon's wounds. I just took Jay's.
Why are you doing that? Why are you back here?
Because the house is back. I mean, hello. Gesture to the all of it. It's back.
I know it's back.
Yeah.
I just,
yeah.
it's not like the other places. It's never been like the other places.
No, it's the place. It's the house.
Well, I mean, it's not the only house. It's just the only one you've been to.
Okay,
I can't
well,
keep you safe here.
okay, well, then I will try to be quicker about what I'm doing. So then I can leave faster.
It's not going to let you go, Eve. It's not going to let you walk out the door. You're in it now.
Mm-hmm.
It already ate you. It's just waiting to digest you. How are you going to get out?
I think Carter's got a plan.
Eve, Carter's dead.
I know he's dead. I knew that from before I got here. So he's dead. So the house is back in evil and just killed Mom.
That's not your mom.
Oh no. Technically she never was, but you know what I mean.
No, I mean, that's an unche. A dark one. Like me, but not. It's not Cora.
Well, then that makes things a little bit better about the whole morality of it all. You're mad at me. I get it. But like, I'm here now. You just said I can't leave, so like, there's no point in being disappointed in me.
I'm gonna do my best, like I always do, to keep you safe. I can't. Here, there's only so much that I can do. And if you die, if you don't make it out of here, if you don't figure this out and fix it and we can't walk out the door, I'm trapped here too. Until I turn into that. And she will sort of point towards the door. Across the hall, towards where you left Cora's body.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let that happen to you. And we're not alone and we're not children. Okay? I know. Maybe I should have prepared before I came here. Maybe I should have told you we were coming. But we're here now, okay? I know. But it's the house. It's the house.
Just promise me you're not going to do that magic again. Put other people's wounds on your body.
Aww. But it's family. It's them.
There are other ways. Let me do it next time. Can do it more times than you anyway. Fragile.
Okay.
Oh no, there's a ghost.
See a dog.
There's a ghost.
Spooky baby.
Um,
Hey.
okay. And so, seemingly satisfied with that, at least somewhat, she's going to sort of sigh and turn slightly, reach back, and hold out your backpack to you.
Thank you.
She kind of drops it and you like catch it in midair, and then she's gone. And I think at that point you hear pounding on the door. Damon, I assume when the door slammed shut in your face, you started like pounding on it and trying to get in.
I tried to kick it open almost immediately.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
Nayeli
like
is also like about to just claw through this
For
door.
sure.
Like, this
For
is
sure.
ridiculous. I have the worst siblings.
yeah, the door suddenly swings open. I think like Damon, as you try to kick it again, the door just like swings open. So you just like
I fall
just
in.
like just fall fully in, and all three of you are just like standing there now. The door is open, like it was never locked or anything like that, and you just see Eve standing there completely fine, holding the backpack.
What happened?
Nayeli just hisses and walks away.
Nothing. I mean, nothing happened to me. Did something happen to you guys? Did time? And I like look at my watch. Did time like go real fast or real weird or?
Not really. You just had a pretty brief conversation with your guardian, and I think the door was just kind of like locked.
Oh no,
for
that was
the-
that was Eve. That was Eve asking them.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. All
like
right.
Eve's like, did something happen? We good? We okay?
You walked in and the door slammed shut.
Mhm.
That's, I guess, all that happened. You don't seem worried.
I just had a quick little look around. Found my stuff.
Would Nayeli be able to sense this guardian person?
Did Nayeli hear it?
Yeah, like,
You can roll to investigate a mystery if you want to.
okay. That's a 10 minus 1.
Okay.
A 9.
Okay, yeah, one question, and what is being concealed here is one of those questions.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't think that you heard the conversation, but I think like now there is a weird smell in Eve's room. And I think from your childhood, you probably remember Eve's room always kind of inexplicably smelling like this, but it always just kind of smells like fresh baked bread and like honey.
Which would be very out of place in this cursed house right
Correct.
now. So,
Correct.
well, Nayeli's not smart enough to know more than that. So there's gonna be like, whatever weird is happening there. Just, is it bad? Did it try to hurt you?
No, they never have. That wasn't Mom, by the way. Not Mom.
Yeah, we figured that
It's
based
not
on
our mother.
I mean,
It's
they were never a mother.
it wasn't Cora. It was never Cora, and then it was never Cora.
Oh, okay.
So what was it?
Unche?
What?
Is that a term we'd be familiar with? Or
I'm
would
hoping
be
you
familiar?
would.
Yeah, would it be a
Yeah.
term that I'm familiar with?
As the professional, I think that makes sense. You know, it's dark fae.
Did I know it from like a silly? This it's not the CW yet. It's the WB still. Can I know it from one of those shows?
I don't know, when did Lost Girl come out?
When did Lost Girl come out?
Can we just say it's something like that?
Yeah, we could say it's
Buffy
something
dealt with
like
the
that.
Fae once. in
Yeah,
there
just
somewhere.
inexplicably, you know this random like CW teen supernatural drama that mentions the dark fae by their
Please,
proper
I
name.
so badly want this to be a thing.
Okay. Okay, so in knowing that, would I then know, like, does this whole phenomenon feel like the house and everything, knowing that there was a dark fae at least inhabiting it, does that feel like the rest of this is probably tied to something fey in nature rather than being a wholly different also mythology also happening here?
I think if you want to do some digging, I would like another investigative mystery roll from you,
Okay.
Damon, with that fresh perspective. Now you know a little bit more what you're looking for.
That's a 7.
Okay, yeah, one question, and I think again, what is being concealed here could work. What happened here could work.
I think so. We already know what sort of creature. I guess what can it do?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it can do all kinds of things. The Fae, dark or otherwise, can do all kinds of things. They can disguise themselves as humans. They can turn invisible and not be perceived by humans. They're like strong, dangerous. In some cases, they eat people. Yeah. They don't lie. That is important to know.
Okay.
But also, I think one of the like curses of Fey existence is just that they are very well documented, and that is not in their favor. And I think that is, as you start digging around the room and you're like turning over, the ripped mattress and like the torn sheets and all of this stuff, you come across the Rose walk-in closet, and in the like towards the back there are, when you first open it, there are like rows of clothes, shirts, dresses, etc., although they have also largely been ripped to shreds or like pulled off of the hangers. The shelves up above are like, you see shoe boxes, the things that you might expect to see normally in a walk-in closet, but towards the back it looks like everything has been cleared out, and drawn on the floor you see a circle with symbols around the outside. What looks like maybe white paint.
A summoning circle of some kind, potentially.
I think with the success on the investigative mystery, you'd know enough to know that this is a binding, essentially.
Oh, even
Like
better.
somebody summoned this creature and then bound it in this circle until whatever purpose they needed it for.
Got it.
So I guess the question that remains in your mind as you discover that is, did this thing get loose? Or was it released?
Yeah. Okay. But someone summoned another one. If this happened before, okay. I think, yeah, I'm like slowly, as I'm like remembering things, I'm just kind of like, okay, so if it's that, then we're dealing with Fae, and then looking around, opening up, okay, binding circle. So this creature was summoned here, bound in this specific space, and then either escaped or broke out by itself. But this also happened last time. Why would someone go through the trouble of recreating this situation? Or is this a necessary part for whatever larger thing is happening? Like, this is all the stuff that just like Damon is just like working out loud.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I will say also that to answer your larger question, I think the fact that like this circle exists tells you that not everything related to the house is Fae.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like an
aspect that
Fae
was...
piece of a larger puzzle.
Got it. But whoever did this also knew about Fae stuff.
Yes.
And potentially whatever other thing.
Correct. Carter, for his part, as you finish your investigation of the closet and you come out kind of like mumbling all of those things to yourself, blinks several times really hard, like he's been staring at the sun and he's just been staring at this dead Fae's body, and turns around and says, "Don't you guys think we should go get Jack?"
Yeah, do you remember where he is?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like last time, right? He was in the basement with Kane.
No, not a basement. I did a good job of repressing that.
And I think that's where we're going to take our break for the night also. So we'll come back to discover what's in the basement with Kane right after this. Don't go away. See you real soon. All right, we're back. We're back. So when we left off, you all were heading down to the basement. Carter informed you that Jack was probably where he was 10 years ago when the house burned down, which was in the basement with Kane Rowe, your foster father.
Boo. Boo that guy.
Boo that guy.
God. Is there okay, so we should probably like, are we just going in guns blazing?
Yes.
Well,
Are we okay?
That's just I vote yes
Yeah,
for
no,
the guns
understood.
blazing.
Yeah, no, understood.
so
Mhm.
I have the blueprints of the house now.
Okay.
And I just think real quick, maybe we should check to make sure there wasn't anything on the blueprints that we just didn't know about when we were kids.
You're so smart, Eve.
Thanks.
Somebody is sharp around here.
Mhm.
That's a good idea. There might even be other access points into the basement so that we're not necessarily going through the
A single door.
the most obvious way that we would go into the basement.
Yeah. So I think if we can when we get back down to like the first floor before we go down to the basement, I wanna investigate a mystery, and I wanna look at the blueprints.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's totally fair. So, yeah, you start to head downstairs. And as you do so, even more of this experience starts to feel familiar, because as you start moving through the house and heading towards the basement, this was sort of like the end of everything. Like, things were always weird in this house, and then they started to get weirder over the course of like months. And then towards the end, things just started to be weirder. Cora and Kane were both weirder, and just sort of like they went from being this very loving, friendly, warm couple in their like mid to early 30s, to like saying cryptic things both to you and to each other, having these like disjointed conversations and conflicts that none of you really understood. Sometimes you would wake up in the middle of the night and one of them would be standing at like the foot of your beds, just like watching you wordlessly. And the house itself started to get stranger. Rooms started to rearrange themselves. Things started to shift. And the night that the house burned down, the house barely felt like a solid object. Things were so chaotic and warped and weird. And as you start making your way down the stairs, you are seeing a lot of those same things. You reach your hand out for the banister on the staircase, and it's not there. Like, it was never there. Like, there was never a banister on this staircase. The pictures on the walls have started to warp and change and almost melt in some cases. The images within have warped into like these awful, maddening, chaotic things to look at, vaguely humanoid shapes with these like ill-defined faces opened in screams of madness, tearing their hair out in a way that you can see, even though these are supposed to be static images. And worse things even than that contained in some of the picture frames. The staircase, you start going down it, and about halfway down, you realize that you're not moving. You're not making any progress getting towards the bottom. But suddenly you find yourself standing at the bottom of the staircase. There's no light peeking through the front door. The windows are drawn, and in some cases where you know that there should be windows, there's just blank wall. But you can make your way towards the living room. Or rather, let's say you can make your way towards the parlor through like this sort of like old-fashioned swinging door. And you know that there is a table, like a big old table in the parlor where you could spread these blueprints out to examine them.
Okay. I will lay out the blueprints, and I'm going to try to investigate a mystery, which is plus sharp.
It is plus sharp, but before that happens, I have to tell you, you push your way through the door, the push door, into the parlor. Except when you step through, you're not in the parlor. I think we said, if I remember correctly, that Damon and Jay shared a room. Would you like to describe what that room looks like? Or what that room looked like 10 years ago?
I feel like Damon would have let Jay take full control over how the room would look. I think he was worried about very different things than how this room looked.
And I think Jay would have like. So I imagine that when we first moved in, it was very like generic, just like a generic, like boring room, especially since they were putting
Absolutely.
both of us in there.
Mhm.
And so I think seeing that Damon was like not giving a fuck and Jay needed something to distract themselves or else they would be punching holes in all of the walls, I think Jay would have started just drawing things that we liked, like
Mhm.
Sabine Wren style, like across the room, which is like not something Jay ever talks about, like their art outlet, but they like love, and no one's allowed to talk to them while they're doing it, and no one is allowed to ask them what they're drawing or what they're like. It doesn't exist. It's
Yep.
unspoken. But our room is just like covered in fan art of just shit we like on like either side of like, and then anything that we both enjoy is just like in the two walls that like connect like the two halves of our room.
I like that.
But like, yeah, that's how I imagine it. And it's the thing that drove Jay to complete each piece was the fact that our foster parents fucking hated how much I drew on the walls. And so it was like this like motivation to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like some quiet rebellion. Anyway, but I made it like very nice and wonderful for you with all of your favorite characters and stuff.
Just curious, like what medium, I guess, did you use? Like, was this spray paint? Was this like oil pastels? I guess I'm just like wondering what the style was.
I feel like it would literally be anything I could get my hands on.
Okay.
So like I would steal art supplies from school
Right.
if we went to school, or just like from the art store if they let us outside, whichever one works. And I would just grab whatever I could find. So I think it would be like a mixed medium kind of thing where like some of it is like oil pastel, some of it's like just crayon because that's all I had, or a Sharpie or something.
And I will say at first you had like total freedom. Like when you first got here, like Cora and Kane seemed really nice and they let you do kind of whatever you wanted. And I think at first I think it was sort of inverse because you had a lot of freedom and you were allowed to like go wherever you wanted and do whatever you wanted as long as you were home by a certain time, and they would buy you art supplies, but they definitely didn't like you drawing on the walls. The closer it got to the night that the house burned down, the less freedom you had, the less they would let you out of the house, the more they would try to keep you under lock and key. But the more supportive they were of you drawing whatever you wanted and painting whatever you wanted on the walls of the house.
Okay.
Mm,
Tricky.
Kendo, do you want to add any details about the room?
I think I'm trying to think of like what characters Damon would have really been into. What? So we were here 10 years ago,
89. Yeah.
89.
89. So yeah, it would have been what characters would I've really been into like in the
Nintendo was
80s?
just released in 1988.
I don't know if Damon's a video game kid, but he might be a comic kid.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel like we wouldn't have had video games.
Yeah. I think maybe he's really into the X-Men.
Yeah. 80s.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
time
I feel like
for
I would
the
also.
X-Men.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
It's just our walls are just covered in X-Men.
And like
yeah, because I feel like Jay would also like it would just be something that we bonded over, like
yeah.
So
We
I feel like
probably have our own like mutant OCs that we've made.
yes,
Of like, what would your mutant power be?
yes,
Hell yeah.
I love that.
I also really love that. I think that would have been, I think 89 would have been like blue team, gold team era.
Ooh.
I think might have been 90s. The other X-Men characters painted and drawn all over the walls in this mural style. That is the room that you find yourselves in. Not the parlor, but I think that there is still a desk, the two desks that you could push together if you still need a surface for the map.
Which are also covered in pencil drawings specifically.
Yeah. I think your desk is like covered in like your pencil drawings.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe my desk, I feel like Damon's just kind of a square and is like very like organized, like notebooks all color coded based on like whatever like subject or like thing it was supposed to be, and like they all have like are like tucked in like one specific area. I have like all of my pens and pencils separated into two like smaller like plastic containers, and like I definitely have like, are mechanical pencils big? I don't know when mechanical
Yes.
pencils get. Okay, so
yeah, I think
You got a
they're
trapper keeper, all that.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
The
Like
Trapper
very
Keeper.
Mechanical
like
pencils were
nerd
like
shit.
the newest pencil back then before like
perfect. Then
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I definitely have like little things of like extra lead for it as well, and like just like the preppiest
Oh god. Yeah,
like,
the little
you
lead
could-
containers lined up in order of size and
Exactly.
thickness. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like the one little island of just like complete order.
Literally.
Uh-huh.
Like I was like Damon was very much like, you can do everything else in this room. The desk is mine. Don't touch the desk.
I feel like after a little bit of time, Jay would have drawn a line on the ceiling and on the floor so that
To,
Jay
like,
knows
separate.
where to keep their own stuff. So like when you walk in, it's just like the wall is all covered in X-Men characters, including some OC ones. And then like Damon's side is all prepped and like proper and just like very organized and maybe labeled with like, just tape and like things written on paper and like stuck to the thing.
Yeah.
And literally the other side is just like clothes all over the fucking floor, like just like trash. Like
I think Damon literally would let you spread into his side. It's literally just the desk.
okay,
You can't touch the bed. You
there's
can't
still
touch
lines
the
though
desk.
because I
Yeah,
try. I just am very
For
bad
sure.
at it.
Yeah, there's some spillage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You go to walk into the parlor.
We can
and you
put the
find
desk
yourselves in
together.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like shove everything off of like my desk first because it's just like covered in cans and cups and like there's like rings of something. We're not sure. Sorry, guys.
I think while we're moving the desks, Damon is going to try to stealthily check the desk to see if there's something there that was in the house when it burned down that he left, like didn't have a chance to get.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Like maybe a comic or something
Well,
like that.
he's specifically looking for a notebook.
Okay.
There's a notebook that should be in like a hard to find spot in like one of like the desk like drawers, or like if there's like a little thing.
Yeah. You go to open the drawer and you find the notebook.
I'm going to try to like tuck it into my pants or like somewhere on my person in a way that hopefully no one notices.
Okay. All right.
Can I roll to notice this?
I was gonna say, what role would that even? Would that be cool?
No.
Would that be
Yeah,
cool to act under pressure?
Yeah, can I act under pressure?
It sounds like it would be uncool. Actually, it sounds like it would be distinctly uncool of you. But yeah, you can roll to act under pressure. Damon.
Cool. I'm gonna bottle it up and I'm gonna give myself +3 to this roll. So you can give me a -3 at any point you want, Will.
All right, noted.
So I have a +5 in total. I really just want to succeed here. Oh no, that fell. Where did they? Oh no, that dice fell to the void.
Oh no, it's gone forever.
Rip.
Didn't wanna.
Don't know where that dice went. I'll let me get another D6 here.
I love when you just have plenty of D6. Like, hold on, I've got 50 more.
Hold on, I just got 50 more. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna stay honest. That other one that did roll on the table was a 2.
Okay.
And that is a 3 + 2 is a 5. +5 is a 10.
Is a 10. Yep. You squeaked it out. So yeah, you do what you set out to do. You were able to tuck it surreptitiously away. Nobody else notices.
Cool, thank you. But yeah, we put the dust together.
And I'll just tuck that -3 away for a rainy day.
Here.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you don't notice. You maybe notice Damon like rummaging around, but you don't notice Damon putting this notebook away.
I have negative sharp, so I wouldn't have known.
So yeah, are you spreading the blueprints out on these desks that are pushed together?
Yeah.
And seeing what you can discover?
I'm gonna spread them out. I'm gonna see what we can find. There's a niggling of doubt in my brain, given that the house just changed, and Eve's kind of just like, she's a little like, fucking whatever. But now she's also wondering if the blueprints will show that change. If the blueprints will show what the house was, or if they will show what the house currently is.
Oh, interesting.
Magic
That is interesting.
Good thought.
Roll plus sharp. Let's call this an investigative mystery.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
One question.
I really want to know what can hurt it, but I can't see the creature, so that doesn't make sense. But I think what is more likely is what sort of creature is it? So I think if with this overview of like the basement more, because like when we were children, the basement looked huge and it was like everything was creepy down there. But like looking at it kind of like in this overview, is there some kind of like going on to do things that I have done, knowing more about like ritual spaces and things like that? What is this shape? What is this? What does this look like down there?
Yeah. I think, okay, so on the subject of what sort of creature is it?
Yeah. Can I get an idea of the creature based on its environment?
Right. That's interesting. I'm going to tell you a detail that you definitely notice when you were looking at this. And I don't know if you really had like context for this when you were a kid, but what is Eve does like real estate law or something like that now?
So Eve does historic preservation.
Historic preservation, that's right.
So she
Okay.
does
I knew it was
historic
something with
preservation.
houses.
Yeah, she does stuff with houses. She does historic preservation. She has an excuse to go to a lot of old houses.
Right.
So she does do like contract work with real estate agencies and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an old house.
Mhm.
Everything that you see laid out in the blueprints looks the way that you remember the house. So, like, the parlor has not been replaced by Damon and Jay's room. Whether or not the house physically shifted or you kind of jumped through space, you're not sure based on just looking at the blueprint. You could open the door and like peek out and see if like the hallway is out there or what have you. But yeah, just looking down at it, you're not seeing that reflected. The thing that I think you do realize, specifically looking at the basement, is the basement is kind of like sectioned off. And you remember that from when you were kids, obviously. There's like a laundry room. There is the basement you remember is like unfinished. It's more of a cellar than anything. Like it's not carpeted. There's not like a TV room down there or anything like that. There's like a laundry room. There's like a tool room. And then there's like a wine cellar. You remember that very distinctly. And near that is like the HVAC system. And looking down at the plans now as an adult, someone who has studied blueprints and house plans and things like that for much of the last 10 years, you notice a detail that you didn't notice as a child, which is that these plans include notation and dimensions and depictions of an industrial furnace. Something that a house this size would never need to be heated properly. Like the kind of furnace that like a school might have or a hospital. And you remember the furnace from being a child. But back then, just a big furnace in the basement, you know? With your adult knowledge looking at it, you're like, that is way too big for a house like this. In fact, the only conceivable reason you can think of for why a furnace like that would be in a house like this is because you could fit a person in it.
I think Eve kind of like is standing there like staring over the blueprints with her hands on the desk. She's not saying anything for the long time, and then she kind of like just like looks up at whoever is standing like right across from her on the desk, and it's just like, so either there's something living in the basement furnace, or Kane is about to put Jack into the furnace.
I'm sorry, the map told you that?
This furnace, do you see this big shape here? This big, the dimensions of this? Do you see, these are...
Yeah.
Normally a normal house HVAC system, a furnace for a normal home this size of this age, even if it was the original furnace in the house, it would be nowhere near this big. And this is industrial. This is the kind of thing that you spend money on for heating huge buildings of like steel and concrete that you have to you have to put the extra effort into keeping warm because there's no real like insulation or warmth to them. They've got big fuck off floor to ceiling windows that leak air transmission, and you have to constantly be warming the space. There's no reason for something like this unless you're trying to, well, it's like having a crematorium in this house.
Okay.
Great.
So we gotta find the basement, and we gotta get there quick.
Have we
Harder.
always had a crematorium in the basement?
Well, it's not an actual crematorium, but it's like that's the closest equivalent we have. It's like there's no reason for something this fucking big in a house this size. It's, you could put a child in there easily. A person, probably not with it that much more effort.
Once again, kind of just materializing next to you like he's been there the whole time, Carter says, well, yeah, that's how they kept it calm.
What's
You
it?
really have to stop doing that. Can we put a bell on you or something?
You got a ghost bell, Jay?
You know what? That's a good question. Damon, do we have a ghost bell?
I'm not wearing a ghost bell.
Yeah. I don't have a ghost spell on. I could probably get one, but it would be a later thing.
Tap on the shoulder. Something. Just please let me know you're there before you start talking, because I swear to God.
Okay. So,
No, what was it? What is it? Keep it calm. What's it?
oh yeah, that was,
This is an important.
yeah.
I mean, this. He kind of like gestures. All of this.
The house.
Yeah, not the wood and the stone and the concrete, the glass, but like, yeah.
The thing. Oh. There's a thing bound to the house.
Oh,
Someone bound a thing to the house. Or
That's how you
potentially.
That's how you would feed it?
If it's in the blueprints, it was probably built this way.
The thing, yeah, that latched onto me when the house burned down, the house.
Because then it got latched onto you after you've literally been living with.
I mean, living.
question mark. Anyway, do you know what it, like, what kind of thing it is?
Not. It's like it's a spirit, I guess. Like it's not a ghost. It's like easier to tell you what it's not. It's not a ghost.
Okay.
It's not a demon. It's not an angel. It's not really.
Vampire?
And yeah, it's like a place. It's like this place. It's like the spirit of this place. And for some reason, it's bad. It's evil. That's how they would keep it calm.
This is sounding strangely less weird.
Well,
Less
Or-
weird?
Yeah, I mean, if we think about it, plenty of cultures believe in a kind of animistic places have spirits, have a manifestation of itself, if someone found a way to bind the manifestation of this house to this house, or at least found some way to interact with it. I mean, sacrificing to spirits of your local deity isn't necessarily the strangest thing in the world. It usually, you hope it's not people.
Okay, but normally that's like hi, we moved in and there are things here that exist. Not, hi, we built a house with a crematorium in it so we could sacrifice it to these things that we built this house for.
Well, not always. The sometimes it's the place first. It's the land first, and then when you build the house on it, the thing in the land becomes the thing in the house. It's not always like a spirit that comes after.
So you're saying they picked the land to build the house on to sacrifice the people because they wanted the thing in the land to have a house?
I'm saying maybe the thing in the land existed first, and the house was a way to contain it.
The house is the binding.
And they're feeding it to keep it in the house.
Maybe we can't act from the assumption that it started off evil. It could potentially be twisted and malformed by the sacrifice if they were trying to empower it or use some ritual to change it to make it worse. It could be something that was here that they are now twisting into something worse.
I mean, it wasn't Cain and Cora.
Yeah, whoever built this house.
Oh, it was.
Okay, we know we're working with the spirit. We might be able, if we can get Cain out of the way, we might be able to figure out, or maybe talk, communicate something
I'm
with the
happy
spirit.
to murder stepdad, foster dad first.
Also happy to do said thing.
Carter?
Mm-hmm. Gabe?
When you died, did it come back here? Or do you still have it?
No, I came back here. When I died, it was more like it had me.
That's why the house popped back up.
I guess so. It was like the house was like its body, and then when its spirit went into me, and then when I died, it pulled me with it back to here.
So we have to break a binding. I feel like Nellie's gonna look at Eve like, do we have to break a how do I, and then to Damon, like, y'all are the professionals here.
So
I bite things.
So the genus loci of the house of the place is the thing that
Carter snaps his fingers and points at you and says, "That."
The genus loci.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that.
Okay. That I can work with. That I can.
What?
That I can fix.
Now for the rest of the class.
Yeah, please. Negative sharp, remember?
So it's the soul. It's the soul of a place. It is a spirit that is protective of a place. And so in theory, it was the spirit that was protecting the hill, Sayre itself, maybe. And those spirits can be angered. They can be trapped, just like any other kind of spirit or thing can be bound, and they can be fixed. They can be healed, and they can be cast out, just like any other kind of spirit can. It's just that it's the house, not a person, but it's stuck with Carter. And if we do that, I don't know what will happen to Carter.
Well, he's already dead.
No. I don't think you can. I don't think you can heal this.
Yeah, I think
You have to probably break it, right?
But
if we burnt the house and it
But if I-
latched itself to Carter,
If I can't,
and
if we can't fix it, then we can't break it from.
I don't know, man. It's bad. Like you don't understand. It's wrong. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know why, but like I don't think you can fix it.
it might be the house might have come first. Someone might have built this house, and the things that they did here manifested a spirit that was an amalgamation of all of that. Which is why when the house burned down, it went with Carter, but when Carter died, the house came back. The body of that thing is the house. It's not the hill, it's not the ground this is on, it is the house.
That's unfortunate because I can't bite a house.
It is unfortunate.
You can still bite Cain. You still have that option.
I absolutely will.
We do have to figure out about Cain. If it is a twisted version of Cain, like the other one, there's the question of who did that.
Also, how come we weren't thrown in the furnace? Like, why are we not?
Maybe we weren't ready.
Are you asking why we weren't thrown in the furnace?
Yeah. I mean, isn't it weird that they kept us?
I mean, maybe they were. That's what they were getting ready to do.
That's
We
true.
burned the house down.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's one person who might be able to answer some of this.
Ugh.
Okay. If we can't, I don't know what's going to happen to Carter if we do this.
That's okay.
Well, we're not going to learn anything standing up here. We get Cain out of the way. We can see if maybe there's some way to communicate with the house. Maybe we can find out some more information, but standing here theorizing isn't gonna bring
It does
James
avoid the
back.
basement, though.
It does avoid the basement, but that's
Yeah.
the basement's also where we need to go.
We
Okay.
do have to get Jack. Who hopefully hasn't been thrown in yet.
We also, I guess, have to find a way down there because we did try. We might. The
say we
house might
just-
mix us up.
I say
if-
we just take the stair.
I was going to say, what if we just ask the house? What if we just?
We should ask the house if it's got like a secret tunnel that it could just
I was
put
going
us
to.
directly.
Maybe the house doesn't like Cain.
I'm gonna. Can I just like pick up one of the like markers from from Damon's desk, and Eve is just gonna draw on the blueprints. She's gonna draw in what was their room. She's gonna draw a little door. And she's gonna draw some little stairs down, and then draw another door in the basement, and just see what happens.
Yeah, you do that, and as far as you can tell, nothing happens.
I was really hoping that would work.
Yeah, Carter looks around and is like, "Did it work?"
I just figured we could try. I mean, Couldn't hurt. Doesn't.
Can I try to use empath on the house?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Let's play to find out what happens.
I think very just like so hesitantly, David slowly walks over to one of the walls and says, I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
And I roll plus weird,
Yes.
which is what, +1 for me. That's an 8.
That's an 8. That's an 8. That's an 8. But what if it was a 6?
You okay, understandable. That's on me. That's on me. I asked for that, huh?
You know what? Better now than when fighting Papa.
Still got one hold.
Yeah, no, we'll still
That's
got
minus
one.
2.
Still got one.
Go ahead and mark XP.
Hey, my first bit of XP.
Yeah. Go ahead and mark that. Damon. The moment you touch the wall of the house and extend your senses, it is like a bomb going off 3 feet away from you. You lose your hearing. There's just this overwhelming ringing in your head. You go blind for a moment. You feel the taste of like hot, coppery blood fill your mouth, and you are as you are washed over by these feelings of just murderous intent and unslakable bloodthirst and a desire, a yearning for pain and suffering, unlike anything that you have ever even come close to feeling before. And you like come back to your senses. You're not sure how much time has passed. For everyone else, I think you just sort of see Damon almost go limp and like drop down onto the floor. And I think it for like 30 seconds, they're just unresponsive. Like their pupils aren't dilating. You see their nose is bleeding. You see blood is sort of like trickling out of their ears. You don't know if they've maybe bit their tongue, but like similarly, just sort of at the corners of their mouth. And it's slowly like 30 seconds go by and you kind of like blink a couple times. Your sight comes back. You can hear again that ringing noise starts to fade.
Do I take any harm?
You don't take any harm from that. No.
Bird chef.
I'm not that mean.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
I'd be okay to be fair.
No, I don't think you take any harm. I think that the effects start to fade, but for that second, it was one of the worst experiences you've ever had in your life. Possibly the worst experience you've ever had.
Yeah, I think like in the waking up, like just like slowly blinking on the floor, the taste of blood is still in my mouth. I think immediately like Damon gets like nauseous and just like throws up on the ground.
Went that well, huh?
There's something wrong here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe we can't heal the house. Okay.
Oh.
I told you, man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It's
Okay.
really bad.
I believe you.
So phenomenology is not going to work here. I got it. Fine, we're good.
So we have to destroy not the house physically, but the thing inhabiting the house.
The thing, I think it's going to be located centrally into the furnace. If the furnace is its like central soul where it's eating or it's feeding viscerally from, I think that it's going to be there.
Question. What if we don't burn the house down this time, because last time we burned the house down and attached itself to one of us, and maybe we shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. We don't burn the house down. Just
Right?
because we're going to the furnace doesn't mean we're burning the house down, but we have to go there.
Okay.
I think it's both. I think the thing is the house. I think
Yes.
we might have to destroy the house and then its spirit.
How do we do that without it attaching to?
I think we have to do the spirit first.
Yeah.
Or do we have to do the house first so
And
that it attaches to
Naomi
something more killable?
Investigative. I just want this poor little vampire to try.
Yeah, no,
Aw.
absolutely. I think that makes so much sense. I think you're
I
gonna
wanna
have
help.
to. I think
believe
this
in
might be a. I think this might be. Gosh, what is it? No, yeah, I think this is gonna be investigative mystery. Roll with sharp.
I was scared you were gonna say be in a bad situation, and I was like, why?
Well, it's the same roll, unfortunately,
Uh.
but I do think investigative mystery is more relevant here.
Well, that's a 4. -1.
Experience.
It's a 3.
Yeah, Mark XP. Mark XP.
Yay. I'm 1 away from leveling. That's
hell
how
yeah.
good this is going for sure.
Hell yes, I love that. I love that for you.
I will say, Eve will say to Jay's comment, if we make it attached to something that's more killable, isn't that kind of just what it did to Carter? And then Carter died and now it's here again?
Yeah, but we didn't kill Carter.
Well,
Like, what if we attach it to something that we kill?
it would just hop again.
Or are you saying,
probably?
are you saying because of your
We
thing?
can
What if we bind it?
slowly getting up off the floor, pointing at Jay.
Okay,
We can
so
use the binding thing in the other room.
I
Either
think Jay would remember that you've been on the floor and would come over and just start like helping you up now as you're like getting yourself up.
Thank you.
You're like, oh
so we bind it.
We already have a circle. We just need to get it
yeah,
either recreated or move it down there.
put it in a worm where it can't hurt anybody. Isn't that like what you do? Magic and
Would you
stuff.
still love me if I were a haunted cursed word?
If I was a haunted
Me?
earthworm.
I take things out. I don't usually transfer them into something else. I usually
Technically, you have to take the worm out of the worm before you can put the other thing into it.
I don't
I
know if
mean,
we're
theoretically.
what if we put it in cane? What if
Ooh,
we
I
put
like
it in
that
what
plan.
if we put it in whatever cane is and then we bind?
And then we put cane in the furnace.
Would it feed on it? Would it just feedback loop itself?
I imagine it would, right? Maybe
I
that's
think we're
bad.
at a point where we don't
Allie's
know
getting
enough.
a nosebleed trying to figure this out.
just Eve and Jay just like locked eyes, just like, so if we put him in there and then we put if we put the box, we put the spirit in the box and then we put
Yeah.
the box in that box and then
Yeah.
will the spirit just eat itself
Right.
forever?
Nosebleed.
Like just forever eating itself like an Ouroboros.
I think we don't know enough about the creature to be able to say.
Can I go
Hey.
bite our shitty foster father now?
Hold on 1 second. Can you
Yeah.
find out in your archives of whatever it is that you do? Like, don't you have a research person or something? Can't you like make a call a friend or whatever it is?
I could. My car is outside the house.
Right.
Do
And
you
we
have
can't.
like a
We can leave though, can't we?
big chunky?
No, remember the wall at the. Remember
Oh, right. No,
it's
the wall.
walled up.
Right.
We're cut
Yes.
off.
Got it. Okay. Never mind. God.
No, it was
I don't know. I think this might be the best idea we've got. Naeli will bite him.
yeah.
Naeli
Well-
will bite him. Hold him still.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well-
hold him still. We will
Yeah.
put the spirit in him, and then we'll
Mhm.
put him in the furnace, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
You got me a bite. I can do it. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I think we just. I
course.
think we just trap this house in a hell of its own making, eating its own tail forever.
Yeah. Schrodinger's house spirit thing
Yes.
or whatever.
It's worth a try.
Got it.
So let's go get this binding thing. Or I guess
I don't know anything
do I
about
get
it.
the sense based off of what I know that if we just redrew this circle, that we could just recreate a similar effect. We don't need that thing to do it.
Yeah, and honestly, that would probably be for the best because the one upstairs was like magically calibrated for Fae.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
it.
So,
Okay.
but you're pretty confident that you could do something. You could make something that would be able to contain
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Sort of
if
like
we
a-
just go and make a quick sketch of it so that we can recreate it later, then
Okay.
and then yeah, I guess the after that's the basement.
Let me go bite something or claw it. I need a purpose.
Your purpose is to save Jack. And
And do that.
yeah, save Jack,
Restrain Kane.
restrain Kane.
Yes.
And
Perfect.
the three of us will figure out the magic part of it.
Great, because
You too.
I don't.
I will watch, guard. And stuff.
We might need you to do some of your weird personages.
Yeah.
Well,
Stuff.
yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah. I can
Your
help.
Weapon may be the only thing we have that might be able to like hurt the spirit of this thing if necessary.
Mm.
That's just a guess. I don't really know what your deal is.
I don't think anybody knows what my deal is, but that's not the point right now. The point is I will stand and hit things and you do the magic thing. But I have arms if you need them. See?
I appreciate it.
All right, let's take some of these markers with us.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Okay.
not
Yeah.
cutting
Yeah.
my
I
palm open.
think there's like a duffel bag full of like Jay's illicit art supplies that are still like stockpiled under the desk.
Spray
Or-
paint
Stash them.
cans. and-
Yeah, spray paint cans and things like that. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. So yeah, you grab that stuff and are you leaving? Same way you came in?
Yes. I don't know why that sounded like a threat
Unless
coming from you.
It's fine.
unless while we were distracted, a door did in fact appear.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean
I'll
there's still
open their
just the one
closet.
door.
I was gonna say they don't have a closet. Just open the closet real quick just to check.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a regular closet. You can open the door that you came through, and it opens back on the second floor, where your bedroom would have been in the house. But it's easy enough to make your way back down the stairs. Even more chaos and deterioration that you can see. You have to like be careful where you step as you are going down the steps back to the first floor because some of them have just started to disintegrate and just like drift away into like the ether, into nothingness. And then you're back on the first floor and you can round that staircase and then head back towards the kitchen where you know the door to the basement is. And when you
Last chance. Does anybody want a gun?
I would love a gun, actually.
You know what? I think Natalie like, yeah, and like absolutely hold it the worst way possible. And you can just tell that they have never held one of these
Was
a day
that
in their life.
comment from you, Will, or was that comment from Carter?
That was from Carter. Carter, who is with you, said I would actually love a gun. Yeah.
I'm gonna give Val the 9mm, and I'm giving Carter the hunting rifle.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he'll reach out and he'll try to, and his hand goes right through, and he's like,
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot. I'm sorry. You said it, and my instinct was to help you. And
I appreciate
sorry.
that you asked. I was just being honest.
Oh, that's fair. Hey, think of it this way: they probably can't hurt you,
He's already
Yeah.
been
I don't
hurt.
think that's true. I don't think that's true. I don't think.
guys.
No.
Come on. I'm trying to give him a win.
The steps to the basement
Yeah.
stretch out before you down into this this gloom. Although you can see the bottom, you can see the like sort of cobblestone floors of the cellar and like some soft light drifting up to you.
Yeah, Justin,
had
fucking
fun.
grip it and rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Just before we go.
Thank you.
Just before we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the donation. Drifting up, you hear the sound, a scratching sound.
Don't like that.
Okay. Nose goes for who goes first.
I think I'll go first because I am full health. I'm half vampire. I think I should go first. But can Niley try to read a bad situation the minute they hear the scratching?
Yeah, I think so. I think that makes sense. You're kind of extending your vampire senses. It's a
Yeah.
sharp roll, so let's see.
I like how at this point it's like, why?
You just want to trust your instincts so bad.
Oh, that's a 12.
All right.
Yes, I mean it's 11 minus 1, but you know.
So a 10, but either way, yeah. Okay, cool. So you get to ask 3 questions. You can hold them. You don't have to ask them all at once.
I really want to basically know I know if I ask you what the biggest threat is, you're just going to tell me the house. So I don't necessarily.
That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true.
I think I'll ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed specifically with the scratch? Like basically kind of like what is causing.
Yeah. You can tell, Nayeli, from the cadence and from the like rhythm, which those words are synonyms, but you know what I mean. And from what you remember from 10 years ago, that what you were hearing is, as far as these scratching sounds are concerned, are Kane writing things, or more accurately, sort of scratching them into the walls of the cellar.
And I kind of vaguely tell where down there. Vampire sense, like how far.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so a rough layout of the basement.
Sonar bat pinging.
Yeah, a rough layout of the basement of the cellar. When you first go down, directly across from the stairs, the basement stairs, there is like a door that leads into kind of a workshop / storage area in the basement. To your left is like the laundry room, which is just sort of like an old alcove in the house, but it's where the like washer dryer was installed at some point. And then the bulk of the cellar is taken up by the Rose wine cellar. So just like racks of these like expensive bottles of wine. And then at like the far end of the cellar, opposite the laundry room, is like the furnace alcove. And that is roughly where you remember Kane being 10 years ago. And where it sounds like the noise is coming from. That's why it's carrying up the stairs. It's basically a straight shot.
I guess I'll also ask what's most vulnerable to me.
Yeah. I mean, not much at this
Great.
moment. I will say. Kane was pretty absorbed in what he was doing. You remember? You kind of had to like jerk him out of it. So there's that. Like it depends. Like you might be able. He's vulnerable in the sense that like you could maybe walk up to him and snap his neck, and he wouldn't even notice. But you might not get the information that you're looking for that way, and it might just make things worse.
Oh, I would be so tempted. I think they're gonna look back and be like, he's doing the scratching thing again, like kind of whispering it, but like very awkwardly. what do we do? Can I permission to kill?
Just restrain him. Just stop him from writing.
If you kill him, we can't put the thing in him. Then he'll try to get in one of us.
Spirit.
Right. That
The
whole
thing we just talked about.
Yeah, that I definitely understood what was being said there.
I was definitely paying attention.
I was definitely. Can I guess can I only just like fine, I'll just go and restrain him or whatever.
I mean, you can still bite him. Just don't kill him.
Okay. Can I try to do that?
Yeah, I mean, sounds like you're all going down the stairs and into the cellar of the house. The stairs are, Niley, I think they probably don't make a noise when you walk on them. Maybe not when Jay walks on them either, but Damon and Eve, the stairs are definitely kind of like creaky. And as you get to the bottom, you realize the soft light. First, you feel this sort of like wave of like oppressive heat permeating the basement. You realize that soft light that you were sort of seeing illuminating the cobblestones across the floor is purely coming from the furnace, which like is lit, and it has there's a fire raging inside of it, and it has these like big sort of double door grates that are wide open on the front of it. You notice Kane, back to you. He is a pretty he's a man of like roughly 6 feet tall, maybe like 6'1", not a large man, although he was in like pretty good shape for you know what he did and the like lifestyle that he led. Kind of this like reddish brownish hair that was like starting to gray a little bit, you remember. He was pretty much always clean shaven. He wore glasses, and you can see that like his back is to you. He's wearing the exact same thing that he was 10 years ago. This just sort of like baby blue like polo shirt, which would normally have been tucked in but is very untucked at the moment. Black pants, black shoes. And he is holding something in his hand and just sort of like scratching it against the walls of the cellar, the like stone walls of the cellar. The light is not really enough for you to make out exactly what it is, but you can see that he has like covered almost the entire wall. And sort of halfway between him and the furnace, you see Jack, who is sort of sprawled out on the ground, appears to be unconscious. You see like a small like trickle of dried blood on his forehead. I think his wrists are probably bound. What do you do?
Fight time?
Just bite, don't kill.
Have at him.
I mean, I will do my best not to murder him, but if I roll really well, I can't promise that. But
I'm
Just
fine with it
keep
for
him
the
alive.
record.
Keep him alive long enough for us to do the transfer.
regretting not taking my manipulate skills. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just try and go in and restrain, like bite and restrain.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's still going to be getting a fight, or kick some ass rather. So that's going to be with tough.
Nope, it's gonna be with weird because I took
Right.
unholy
It's going
strength.
to be with
'cause
weird. You're
I
right.
am -1 tough. I am a very weirdly glass cannon. It's fine.
You're correct.
Oh, fine. Especially because that is a 10.
Perfect. Yeah. So you get to choose an extra effect. You can gain advantage, inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or force them where you want them.
Force them where I want them.
Yeah, which is to be restrained, essentially, I think.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you sneak up and sink your teeth into him. Does your bite do damage?
Yeah, it does.
How much?
3.
3. Okay.
Well, no, +1 because I have a +1 on something. Hold on. Yeah, all my natural attacks get +1 harm. So I actually did 4 harm.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You sneak up on him and you grab him and bite him. By this point, Nayeli, you have been around your foster siblings who have been bleeding. You have healed yourself. You've used a bunch of your vampire abilities repeatedly, and you are having a bit of a hard time controlling yourself. So I think maybe the bite is a little bit harder than you mean for it to be. The drinking is a little more extreme than you mean for it to be. Your foster siblings might take note of that and decide to intervene, but what you see is Nayeli come up behind Kane where he's working and grab him and bite him, and he's like trying to get free, but like it's going on for longer than you think it probably should if you want him to stay alive.
I guess I'm gonna try to. Oh God!
He's gonna try to shoot me or something.
No. I'm gonna try to grab you. I don't know how to stop. The only way I can think to stop you from killing this man is to remove you from him. But that feels like getting in between a vampire and their meal doesn't.
Well,
I think
there is manipulate someone.
I was gonna say could you maybe use your empathy to like snap her out of the blood craze?
Is
that something that you can do?
I don't think so, because it just gives me like a read on them. Yeah, I guess can we manipulate?
Yeah, I mean, you could try to use your words.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you're
could
so
try to be persuasive.
Hey, drop it.
Drop
it.
No.
You know,
Bad half vampire.
Okay, can I have the move leave no one behind?
Mm-hmm.
In combat, when you help someone escape, roll plus sharp, can I try to leave no one behind, but have like basically remove Nayeli from the grapple and be grappling him myself?
replacing Nayeli in the grapple?
I think we could say that you could use that move to like pull Nayeli off of.
It's also biting.
And I think that's fair if you want to do that instead of the manipulate roll.
Okay, my charm is -1.
I mean, Damon is a person of action. I get it.
I'm a person of action. If somebody else wants to, I'm starting to run. If somebody else wants to,
yeah, I was gonna say, can I also help, but like restrain Kane?
Yes.
So like I pull Nayeli,
because the
Kane.
point is for somebody to restrain him, not for you to eat him. But
so you guys as a sibling unit run up there. You grab him. He grabs her.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that makes total sense. Damon roll plus sharp.
Okay.
I think Jay roll to act under pressure, which is with cool.
Okay.
Also, welcome Raiders, Chaotic Wholesome. I hope you had a great stream.
Hi.
We're doing a little bit of a quick skirmishing in our Monster of the Week game here.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Cool. And how did you do, Damon?
So that's a 6.
Okay, cool. Mark,
I'll mark
XP.
I'll mark XP.
Yeah, mark XP. So that is a 6 to get Nayeli off. Nayeli, what happens when Damon fails this?
Do you bite?
Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna bite, but you know how when cats are just really protective and they hiss at you?
Yeah. You're a little feral. I get it. Yeah.
I'm a little feral right now. I think Nelly is just stressed and pressed. Doesn't like that I can't bite it and murder it. That's not the solution. There's just blood, a lot of blood. So I think when David tries, they're just gonna look at him for a second and just like their face is gonna be completely vampiric, just like 100%. There's not a human look, like this is not their normal self. They look at him and they're just like about to bite him for messing with this, and goes right back to biting Kane.
So I'm going to add one detail to this because I do think we're going to succeed here, if only for the fact that Jay succeeded on the roll.
Okay.
But I think Damon, it's not clean when you
Oh,
pull
yeah.
Nayeli off. So in addition to Nayeli being a little bit feral and kind of hissing at you, I think like a good chunk of Kane's neck comes off in the process, and he is
Oops.
just like freely bleeding more than he should be. To the point where Jay, to the point where you are going to Kane is either okay. So on a 7 to 9 for act under pressure, I'll give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. And in this case, I think the hard choice, or the price to pay rather, is that you are going to have to save Kane's life, or he's going to die right now.
Guess I will save him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like I think kind of all you can really do is like basic first aid. Like you can apply pressure to his wound instead of letting him bleed out all over the floor here and be done with it. So yeah, you like apply pressure to his wound and you stem some of the blood flow. Meanwhile, as you do that, Nayeli and Damon are still kind of like tense and sort of like wrestling with each other a little bit, or at least like circling each other a little bit. Jay, as you go to put pressure on the wound, he rolls over and you can see Kane, and he looks the same as he did 10 years ago, but that is an image that has haunted you because the night that the house burnt down, Kane looked different. He looked like himself, but there were these veins, or like these black lines standing out under his skin, making these like weird patterns and like whorls and like concentric circles on every like inch of his exposed flesh, almost like they were meant to be symbols or writing, but like none of it seemed to mean anything. It just was uncomfortable to look at, and they're physically like raised off of his skin, standing out. And his eyes don't even seem to like see you. Like they are looking around, but instead of having, you know, the whites, the iris, all of that stuff, they are just this like black depth dotted with what look like stars. And he already, immediately as you apply pressure to the wound, he has this like little sort of like piece of chalk in his hand that he's holding. And he just sort of tries to reach out towards the wall, as he's lying there, as he's bleeding out, as part of his like neck is missing. And he says as he does that, I'm almost done. I can't stop. It's almost done.
Eve?
Yep. I'm coming.
Something's bad. He keeps writing something. He says he can't stop.
Yeah, can I look at the wall real quick and try to make sense of this? I know he was writing something down here when we were children. I
Mhm.
do not imagine I bothered to look at it when I was a child.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, roll plus sharp to investigate the mystery of the wall.
That is a 5.
Okay. It doesn't mean anything to you, Mark XP.
Yep.
It doesn't mean anything to you, but it's some kind of formula. It's math.
Hmm.
And Jay, you hear, and Eve, you would also hear him as he says, as he's still sort of struggling to get to like pull himself over to the wall and like up so that he can keep going. He says, "It's not too late. I can still save us. I can still stop this.
What? Save us?
I can still save it. Everything I can. I can stop this from happening. I can. The spirits, the loci, all of it. I just have to finish."
I think Eve sits back on her heels for a second.
That
And
means
then-
nothing to you.
Eve thinks for a second, and then she's gonna think back to the conversation she had with her room. And then she's gonna be like, if you don't get out here and help me real quick, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. And then she's gonna reach she's gonna start reaching for his neck.
Hey, thank you for the follow. Okay, real quick, Eve, make a use magic roll.
Yep. Okay. I need a weird. A 9.
Okay,
Uh,
so you're gonna have to choose a glitch. The effect is weakened. The effect is of short duration. You take 1 harm. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
I think I will go with the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
Okay, perfect.
Can I be the unwelcome attention?
Maybe. I think for the rest of you, what you see happen is you're crouched on the ground, and Eve says that, and suddenly, it's not Carter, but it's similar to when Carter appears. There's another person there, crouched next to you. This sort of lanky girl. Looks like she's maybe a teenager, maybe in her 20s. Distinctly not human, despite how she is dressed. And then she like sighs and reaches out her hands, and you can't exactly see what she is doing, Jay, but her hands almost like are moving inhumanly fast. They're sort of just like blurring in place a little bit, and it looks like the wound is starting to heal. The flesh is literally starting to like knit back together in Kane's neck. But your
Eve?
magic, Eve,
Mhm.
draws immediate unwelcome attention. The house in the basement starts to shake. And find out what happens next time on the Say Your House 6. It is 11 p.m.
Yep.
And so cool. We had a lot of fun here tonight.
Maybe maybe our dad can do his math and we can be okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I only did get to bite.
Math. Imagine that. Yeah, you did get to bite. You just didn't get to bite Damon yet.
I didn't mean to bite that hard, but
Naomi just wants to bite all the siblings at least once.
well, I think they hate Kane with a passion. So
Sure.
that's gonna be
understandable.
That is understandable. but maybe he was trying to save you the whole time. That's a thought.
Not very nicely.
Tragically, the image of Nayeli going full vampiric feral, ripping out the throat of Cain is going to be permanently burned into Damon's memory.
Yep.
Well, we just gotta hope this. I don't know what the equivalency would be. This Dybbuk version of our father can just be okay.
We'll see.
We will see. We will see. And hopefully, fingers fucking crossed, Alex actually gets to enjoy a session in the house before it all ends. So I thought maybe there was a chance we were going to finish it tonight. I'm a little bit glad we didn't, so that Alex can actually maybe have a chance to be there for it.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Yeah. All right. It's late, so we're going to go around and do our outros. Everybody can tell you who they are and what they got going on and where you can find them, and then we'll rate someone. So starting, since Alex isn't here, with Julia.
I was realizing I don't think we did intros. Oh well. Hi.
Yeah, we super didn't.
It's just occurring to me now. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Hi, I'm Julia. I played Eve tonight. You can find me on Hexspot on all of the social media platforms. This was a great time. Eve is the searcher, and Eve is trying to find answers by any desperate means that she can. I will be here tomorrow on LFTA for our Wildcard Wednesday game, the Star Trek Gallant. I will be playing First Officer Nyko Bard. We're going into Klingon space to deal with a virus, deal with a fun little plague, and hopefully my Klingon doctor boyfriend will not catch the plague. I will be very upset if he does and dies. And then everything I do here at LFTA every other Thursday, every other Saturday, every other Sunday, every other Tuesday, and every other Wednesday. What am I doing those days? You're going to have to come and find out. Bye.
No.
Hi, I've been Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer, and you can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Kendo Makes Films. If you're there and you can't find me, I'm sorry. Go to a better place, because wherever you are, it can't be that good. And you can find my actual play stuff at Tales Yet Told. Hey, guess what? You can find that at Tales Yet Told and on Blue Sky at talesyettold.com. And you can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Recently, we just put out an episode. We actually did a feed drop for another one of our, I guess, partner podcast. I don't really know another one of the affiliates of the Many-Sided Network, Maia's Game Room, from her Slumber 2-part miniseries, and it's kind of a banger. So you should definitely go listen to that. I think she also just put out the final episode of that too, so you can go check out the full thing. And fuck, what else? You could catch me tomorrow in Castaway if I wasn't dead. But my ghost is still around to give people dice. Yeah, tragically I didn't win Survivor. I died in the heat because I refused to drink water. And if you want to find out what else I'm doing, hey, you could go to the aforementioned social media sites and go find me there. But that's all I got.
You can literally hydrate or dehydrate.
Look, sometimes the challenge is who can stay the longest without drinking water, and you don't win. And
you don't win. Nobody wins that challenge, but you especially. Val?
Well, that's me. Hi, I'm Val, or Space Valkyries. I've been Nayeli the Monstrous tonight, and being an utter disaster. Truly didn't mean to cause that much drama at the end there, but it happens. You can find me at Space Valkyries. Actually, I'll be streaming Wednesday and Friday, twitch.tv/Space Valkyries. And I will be in a fundraising one-shot of Humblewood on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time over at TTRPG Gifts. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I have a short story coming out August 1st at Lightspeed. Who would like to read that? Yay. So please go read it.
Please go read it. tried to pick Frodo up, and he just fell over
Oh,
like an inch away from arm's reach and is refusing to get back up.
Same,
So
buddy. Same.
I was gonna like pick him up and show him off, but he just literally fell over and is
So
refusing
good.
to stand
Who
back up.
amongst us
So,
hasn't fallen over like that?
so true.
It'd be like that sometimes,
yeah.
Frodo. We get it.
aw. Hi, it's me. I'm Jen. I do things on the internet, lots of different things. But I'm here on these days, and then I do stuff on Entropy Emporium for God Complex, which also has somebody that's also here. And then I also do. You can see me in stuff. I don't know. I do a lot of things. I don't know. I have stuff coming out. I'm doing a Pathfinder game soon, but like I like vampire stuff. So if you want to put me in your vampire stuff, like that would be cool. I'd like that. That's fun. Also, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, I'm done now. Thanks. Bye.
And hello, hi, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. I do a lot of things here on LFTA. I'm one of the admins. Yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky at a Wilhelm Scream. I will not be back on the channel. You should come back for Star Trek Gallant for sure. I think Redacted, our psychological horror game, is back on Thursday. I'm not in that one either, but you should still check those out. And then Friday, I will be back doing the last of our Dots TTRPG project fundraising streams, running Sentai and Sensibility in one shot that we're calling the Family Flash. It's going to be very unhinged. We randomly generated everything this time, so there are some insane combinations. Someone in this stream's Sentai weapon might be Ball and Cup Game. Oh, look who's here. And that's pretty much it for me. Here's Frodo. Here's the Frodo text.
Baby.
Yo.
Here he is.
Frodo.
Frodo.
He's stopped
You gonna
falling
kick?
over
Are
finally.
you gonna
Oh,
kick?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Nice
That's going to do it for us
baby.
here at LFTA pretty much for the evening. You can follow us on Blue Sky. If you want to know what we're up to, it's the one social media platform we're still using. And also you can join the Discord community if you want to. It's a great place full of great people. We'd love to have you be a part of it. We've been doing all kinds of fun things in there. We've started watching Monday Night Raw together in the LFTA Discord. It's a good time if you want to hang out and do that some Monday nights. And yeah, with all that being said, we're going to raid our friends over at Entropy Emporium for the return of They Call Us Villains, the triumphant return of their Masks game. Yeah, come along, say hi, be friendly, and from all of us here at LFTA and Sayer House 6, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
everybody.
Good night.